Tensions are at its peak, and the tides of war have begun to rise. The third episode of House of the Dragon Season 2 begins with a bloodbath that serves as a foretelling of what is to come. With the conflict fast approaching, Rhaenyra's council, save Rhaenys, are beseeching her to come to terms with the inevitable and prepare for battle as she struggles to grasp with what little hope she has to resolve things peacefully. In an effort to protect her children, Rhaenyra sends them far away from the Red Keep, save Baela, as she controls a dragon that is combat ready. It does feel like a nice touch for Rhaenyra because despite her imperfections, she retains her humanity, which gives depth to her character. Meanwhile, on Team Green, Kristen proposes to secure Harrenhal as the territory serves as a key location to ensure victory, on which the council agrees and sends him on his merry way. But Daemon is always one step ahead and single-handedly conquers the pivotal location that will definitely be to Team Black's advantage in the not-so-distant future. In a strange twist, however, is that Daemon did not need to strike down a single infantry, as Simon Strong, relative to Larys Strong, immediately surrenders to Daemon as he reveals he holds contempt for Larys for his actions in the first season. The most interesting event in this story arc, however, is the mysterious black woman that tells Daemon in his vision/dream that he will die in Harrenhal. Not sure what all that is about, but I am excited to know what it all means. And forgive me for saying this, but Daemon and the Black Woman give me a Geralt and Yennefer from The Witcher vibes. As Kristen embarks on his crusade, we are introduced to Alicent's sibling, Gwaine Hightower, who will be keeping an eye on Kristen during his campaign. It becomes clear that there will be a bigger conflict between these two characters later in the story. With Gwaine, I can only speculate, receiving the short end of the stick. Back in the palace, Helena forgives Alicent for her escapades, and Larys convinces Aegon not to foolishly follow Kristen into battle. Aegon is persuaded to remain, but decides to go partying and agitate Aemond, who was at the brothel, which will definitely not bite him in the ass in the future. Oh, and speaking of partying, I'm not sure what the deal is with the dude in the tavern claiming to be a brother of Daemon and Viserys. For now, I think he's just trying to con people, otherwise this feels extremely random. But then again, he is right when he mentions that he is risking death by sharing those details in public, where the opposing party sits on the Iron Throne. So who knows, right? It's these kinds of nuances in the writing that make me think if my speculation is right or wrong. And I am glad that House of the Dragon exists in the midst of the Acolyte. Returning to Kristen and Gwaine out in the field, everyone can immediately tell that they are a match made in heaven. Sadly, their love affair was interrupted by Baela as she managed to spot them while scouting with her dragon. Kristen and Gwaine managed to evade the clutches of Baela, and Gwaine is grateful to Kristen for saving his life, creating an intriguing twist to their relationship. Rhaenyra is informed of this, and the rest of the council urge Rhaenyra that she must act, as war is about to break out. However, Rhaenyra, at the behest of Rhaenys, and clinging on to her last vestiges of a peaceful resolution, attempts to communicate with Alicent with the assistance of Viserys, who now serves as one of Rhaenyra's key advisors, given her actions in the previous episode. In the final scene of the episode, however, Rhaenyra fails to persuade Alicent as she reveals the prophecy of the Song of Ice and Fire that Viserys foretold, with what little flame of hope Rhaenyra had in her heart for peace finally extinguished. Or at least that's what I think happened. But then again, given what Rhaenyra knows with what is at stake with the prophecy and the bigger picture, perhaps she will continue to seek a way to avoid war and conflict. But we all know better, and she will have to play the Game of Thrones sooner or later. All in all, despite the slow pace, I loved the tension buildup of this episode, and I am somewhat expecting a more adrenaline-raising action and twists in this next one. House of the Dragon has been nothing short of great so far, and I remain excited for this show and the future episodes. And that concludes this video. What are your thoughts on this third episode? Sound off in the comments. As always, thank you for watching, and do consider subscribing for more reviews, and I will see you next time.